The new nectar thorn method is absolutely insane in Grow a Garden. So this new method can earn you billions and possibly even trillions in just a small amount of time. So you can get the nectar thorn seeds just by crafting. So go over to the bear, go over to like this little crafting station, scroll all the way to the bottom, and here it is right here, the nectar thorn. So you need 2 cactuses, a cactus seed, a nectar shade seed, and 20 honey. Takes 30 minutes to craft, and then you'll get a nectar thorn seed. Also for this method, we of course want one of every sprinkler. So only the sprinklers in the gear shop, none of these sprinklers from this dude apply to it because it is like a prickly fruit, and I read through all of them and none of them really apply. So we don't need any of those, just these seeds from the gear shop over there. And once you have your seeds, what you also want is a few moon cats and blood hedgehogs. You don't necessarily need these, but they are going to make it much better. So what we want to do is we want to start off by placing all 8 moon cats, and we just want to wait for them to sleep. So this is about every 60 seconds they sleep. So I mean, we don't really need to wait too long for that, but also we do need to grow these seeds. So let's actually go ahead and place those down real quick. And there we go. I planted all the nectar thorn seeds, and I placed down some sprinklers just because I wanted them to grow faster. But you don't need to place these sprinklers down just yet. But anyway, let's go and grab our sprinklers. So we want our master sprinkler, godly sprinkler, advanced sprinkler, and our basic sprinkler. And we also want our trowel. So our trowel, we get this from our gear shop. And basically what we want to do is we want to wait for the cats to sleep, and then we want to move these where they sleep. So we want to move them where they overlap. So let's just go and grab our biggest one, for example. I think they all grew like the same size, but anyway, let's just grab this one, and we just want to wait for them to sleep, and we want to look for where multiple cats overlap, because the cats, what they do, if we go and take a look at them, they nap for 20 seconds and they make your fruit 1.52 times larger. So that's why we want to place these where they're sleeping, and then we also want to quickly harvest it. And oh, there's actually a cat on top of that. I didn't even know they could climb our fruit. But anyway, they sleep once every minute, so we want to make sure we have fruit on this, because then once we place it, we're gonna quickly harvest all of them. So let's wait for them to overlap, and there we go. We have some overlapping like right there. So let's go and place that, and now let's go ahead and quickly harvest all these ones. So we gotta harvest all these ones on the stem just so they grow back bigger, and I guess we'll just do the same for these. I think all of these only have like one right there, but there we go. Now they're sleeping, and now they wake up, and now what we want to do is we want to pick up all these cats, because now these plants, they already have the boost. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and place all of our blood hedgehogs, just because these increase the size of prickly fruit, which these are actually prickly fruit. And now we also want to go ahead and place our sprinklers. So let's go and place this. Let's go ahead and place our godlies. I don't know why they're like placing weirdly right now. Let's go and place our advanced ones, and now let's also go ahead and place our basic, which I don't know why, but these are placing like really weirdly. But anyway, there we go. Now we did all of that, and now these should grow really big, just like that one. Look at this right here. That is gonna grow massive. I mean, for some reason they grow like really weird, but whenever that one finishes growing, it should grow massive, because what these hedgehogs do is, let's go and take a look at them real quick. So they grant a 2.04 size bonus for all prickly plants, and they also grant a 1.18 times variation bonus for all prickly plants, which the nectar thorn is a prickly plant, so it allows them to grow massive just because it has the boost from the mooncats, and then it has the boost from the blood hedgehogs on top of it, along with the boost from the sprinklers. And now you can either leave the game and rejoin. I think that's what most people do, is they leave the game and rejoin, or you could probably just stay here and watch. But anyway, look at these. Some of those are actually growing massive, and let's just go and click grow all, and let's see how big these can grow. So here we go, click grow all, and now let's go ahead and check them out, and look at these. Look at how massive those are, and these are still actually quite small. I've seen people with much bigger ones, so this is still basically just nothing. And oh, we actually have a rainbow one. All right, well, that makes it even better. But anyway, let's just harvest all of these real quick, and let's go and try one more time. But before we even try it again, let's just take a look at some of the nectar thorns we got. So first off, we got this rainbow one right here, 129 kilograms, and then we have this regular one right here that is 159 kilograms, and let's just see how much this sells for. So let's go up. How much is this worth? And let's see. By the way, no mutations and 23 million. That is absolutely insane. Let's go and check this rainbow one. Of course, it does have the rainbow mutation, and almost a billion. That's actually pretty good. So this one right here, the nectar thorn, no mutations, 23 million, and I've seen people with much bigger ones. So let's do it one more time, and let's see if we can actually get a bigger one. And I didn't do it again. I just clicked grow all, but just for reference, this is what it looks like if you don't use the mooncats. I mean, they're still pretty big, but they don't look as big as the ones we just got, because we didn't use any of the mooncats. So anyway, let's go over here and let's go and pick up all these hedgehogs, because we only want to harvest this fruit once we place down the mooncats, because then it will apply the bonus before they even grow, which that is what we want. And then we place down the blood hedgehogs. Anyway, let's go and get our trowel ready. So let's go and pick one up, and there we go. The cats are now sleeping, so let's go and try to overlap them, and I I don't really think I did that correctly. But anyway, let's go ahead and quickly harvest all of these while the cats are sleeping on top of them. And I think the cats actually missed most of them. But I mean, some is better than nothing. So that is good enough, I would say. So anyway, let's just go and toss all of those up there. Let's go ahead and pick up all of these cats. And while we're picking them up, let's also make sure we're placing down the blood hedgehogs. And let's of course make sure we place down these sprinklers as well. And now let's just wait a little bit just so the hedgehogs can go ahead and like apply their effects. And let's see if any of these grow big. I mean, of course we can see these small ones so far because the big ones do take a bit longer to grow. So they're not going to come in just yet. So we'll come back to that. Anyway, let's see if any of these grew bigger than our previous batch. I don't think they did just because we didn't have the moon cats down. But I mean, we can always check. And it looks like none of these are bigger than our current ones. I mean, we got some pretty big ones. Like we got some gold ones right here that are like 124 kilograms. But none are as big as this one so far or even the rainbow one. But let's see if any of these ones are bigger. I mean, that gold one right there is actually looking pretty big. And I'm hoping some didn't grow just yet. Because if one grows like 5 minutes from now, then it's probably gonna be like ginormous. I mean, this golden one is looking pretty big. But I mean, we'll just wait a little bit just for all of them to kind of pop in. And then we'll click grow all and we'll see how big they are. And one just popped in that is just as big, if not bigger than the golden one that's already growing. And I think there's some more big ones over here. I think that's a rainbow one. I may be wrong because it's like only growing yellow and not like rainbow color, but I think that is rainbow right there just because it's like neon. But we'll just wait and see. And there we go, a few more giant ones just popped in as well. And here we go, I think it's time to now click grow all and let's see how big these grow. Bring me down all the way to 0 Robux. But anyway, let's click grow all and I think these should be massive. Yes, look at those. Those are absolutely ginormous. And I guess they were so huge that my game just crashed. And here we go, so here they are once again. That golden one is looking massive. So we already clicked grow all, so let's go and collect all of these. And I'm hoping these are way bigger than the ones that we already have. And it looks like there's a tiny one over here. I don't even know how that tiny one managed to grow. But let's go and take a look at these and let's see if any of them are bigger. And we did get some really big ones. None were as big as this. Most of them are within 140 kilograms, but none got more than 159, such as this one. So we got this gold 148, this one gold 149, and then we also got some pollinated gold and also this one right here. So those are pretty cool. But yeah, this method is crazy. Like you can go ahead and take a look at these real quick. Most of them are within like 70 kilograms. So the average size is this, but a lot of them do get bigger. So there's like this one, because I would say about a third of them actually go over 100 kilograms just because it's super easy to get these really big. So it's super easy to get these over 100 kilograms. And this right here, this is my biggest. I saw a few people with like way bigger ones, so they can definitely sell for much more. But as a base price, it's like 23 million, which is absolutely insane for no mutations, not a single mutation on this one right here. So that means once we have it full of them, it is gonna be worth way more. I think this is even better than the moon melon method. I mean, it does take a bit more work, but it is definitely worth it just because of how much they sell for. But anyway, that's the brand new nectar thorn method on Grow Garden though. So that's gonna be all for this video. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.